Hello, hello. Not even gonna joke around, just gonna jump right into it because I'm half dead and leg day sucks. Let's get back into Cuomo. Now, a ninth woman has come forward named Sherryville, accused Governor Cuomo of an unwanted kiss in 2017. Just when it comes down to that, like, how many of these is it gonna take? I think maybe we're up to 9. It's kind of gotten ridiculous that no one's forced his hand and he's still in power. Like, it's kind of ridiculous, scary, terrifying. At this point, it shows how worthless everyone really is on the left. I mean, 9. And that's just women coming forth with sexual harassment, unwanted touching, and all kinds of things. Like, just with that. I think if this guy was in the GOP, I mean, look how much they jumped all over anyone that said anything about Trump or Kavanaugh or anyone. Like, they were on that, like, white on rice, flies on a nice steamy pile of dog dung, cow patties. You know, they were all over it as much as they could, as fast as they could. And they were unrelenting the second anything was heard. But the lady accused Joe Biden, nothing. 9 people now for Cuomo. 9 women. 9. And there's no giant real outrage. He's still in power. I mean, sorry, the double standard and the hypocrisy and ridiculousness and all of it, if you're not offended by it, it's one of those you're not part, like, solution, then you're part of the problem because you can't jump on anyone the second they cry wolf. Something like, it's what it is, really. I mean, saying something bad happened, that he did this, that's, whether it turns out to be true or not, immediately treat people that are accused on the right like they're automatically, like, guilty no matter what anyone's looked into or anything. But the second someone on the left, here we are up to 9 and he's still running the state of New York. Like, that's just ridiculous. On top of everything with the COVID, between nursing home numbers, that he hid and underreported to the Fed, which is a federal crime for those of us that, don't understand or dumb. I don't know what you are, but I mean, it's a federal crime to lie to the Fed, especially by as many deaths as he did. And now it turns out, like, it turned out he was giving, like, made sure when tests were scarce and just coming out because, no one knew about, this virus, so there weren't just tests lying around waiting for people. He had to, figure everything out to create them and all that. And somehow his family members, to include his mother and brother, like, they got tests while there were nursing homes that weren't getting any at the beginning. Like, another great thing he did for the nursing homes. And yet, there he still is, in charge. I mean, it's really amazing when you think about it. You look at the Ukraine thing. I mean, with Trump, there's one person said they thought there was anything going on there that was nefarious, and they ran with it. Ran up the flagpole right away. January 6th, that happened. And the people that did the articles of impeachment, being Nancy and all that, like Pelosi and them, like, they knew it. There were reports. They knew it was coming ahead of time. And yet they still impeached him, the day after articles were already drawn up and they were voting on it? Before anyone investigated anything or did any of that, especially when the people that wrote it up knew that there were requests for help beforehand because they knew it was coming beforehand, and they were, attacking before he was done, speaking. Like, they were still, like, immediately, boom, it was ready the next day, which makes it just seem even weirder. Just like the domestic terror bill, they happened, all these thousands of pages that they happened to draw up in, 2 days? Right. Call me a conspiracy theorist, but articles of impeachment and that were ready within, like, 5 minutes of that happening, like they did it overnight. Right. It has been proven that they knew and that they turned down requests for help. But look how quickly they jumped on him. He had, this, and he was in the GOP. There's a Republican. There was Donald Trump. You look at Cuomo, Democrat. But hell, most people really haven't even made like big statements on it. And correct me where I'm wrong. I mean, they've made a few here and there. Oh, well, this should be thoroughly investigated. And there's some credibility into it. But he's still there. He still hasn't been like run up the flagpole or nailed to the cross or anything like you've seen like Kavanaugh. Again, Kavanaugh, Trump. Like anyone. Like anything happens to the GOP, they're right on top of it. But no matter what the Democrats do, they still get to stay in power. He's not impeached or thrown out or anything at all. Like, and that gets me another thing in New York. Finally, top it off. They're going to start requiring vaccine passports on April 2nd. Like, I'm sure a lot of the people that listen to this have brains and understand this stuff. So for anyone on the left that's listening right now, this is a message from all of us. You can go F yourself. It's that simple. Like, we just won't go. Like a vaccine passport. There's this cool thing. I don't know if you ever heard of it. People have been throwing it around a lot when it comes to the masks and all that stuff since all this started was HIPAA. Now there's HIPAA laws for privacy and of all that, of our medical stuff and all that. So requiring vaccine passports is theoretically speaking and quite technically speaking, I'm pretty sure here, against the law. So yeah, good luck with that one. When you finish killing off your states, let me know. And I'll be staying right here, not giving a damn. I mean, never mind, like HIPAA laws, like all those My Body, My Choice people. They're doing all that. Like, also saying, are the ones saying that you have to get this in vaccine passports, and like all the people, like, like there's just, it's your body, you do what you want with it. Like, but then we come to this and they just, nope, you gotta get it or you're not allowed in. Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure that there's millions of people that'll be like, fine, screw it. Spend our money elsewhere. People like, we can go other places. Or they're not going to do that, and they're not going to break, the law and take away our rights just so we can come into your state and do stuff. Sorry, I'll stay home. I'm sure the local area here, there's a lot of areas and small businesses and stuff, especially here, that have been hurt because of COVID or hurricanes or anything like that. I'll just spend my money here. It's what a lot of people will probably do. Because, sorry, you already taken away enough people's, our rights enough through all of this. Like, if you ever read the Constitution, most people apparently on the left haven't because they don't understand why I'm the way I am about it, but, like, we have rights. There's HIPAA laws to protect, our health, privacy, all that stuff. Like, we should, so getting a little thing with the barcode that says, yes, I got it, is technically, forcing people to do it or they can't go places is against the law. But they don't care. They're just going to go for it. They've battered their people so much into it that they think that they're doing the right thing and that they have to do it to do the right thing and to protect everybody. Not really. Like, go do your thing. Like, if it comes down to me being stuck in this room forever, compared to going places, I'll stay in this room. They ain't forcing me, onto you. Shouldn't force anyone to get it. I think 73% of people that died from it were overweight or obese. Don't have that problem. Don't have any heart problems, diabetes. I don't like breathing issues. I don't have any of those. I don't have any comorbidities, any of that. So telling me that I can't go places if I don't get vaccinated for something that I think I have a 99% chance of surviving. Yeah, you can take that and shove it right up in there. Enjoy it. Bury your head up there with it. Because it's illegal and just a pile of malarkey. Just because I don't think the word malarkey gets used as much as it should. It's a good word. Unless you're Chef Brian malarkey. That's to get old. Malarkey. Yeah, how people use the word. But yeah, like, and Biden's work said that my administration said they're working on, a COVID passport like nationwide. So now the federal government and the presidency, who called the last guy a dictator, is going to shatter even your HIPAA laws and your rights. Now, to try to force people to have, a stamp or a little QR code to prove that they got the COVID vaccine before you're allowed to do anything in your own country. And travel or do anything like, you have the right to do. You people, like, there's people out there okay with it, which just grinds my gears to no end. And thankfully, before I go and do leg day part 2, this is conversation. It's helping. It's getting the blood flowing and boiling and just, people are so dumb. And I don't understand how they're that dumb. Like, read the Constitution, read the Bill of Rights. Look up your laws when it comes to, like, stuff. And realize just how much they're just steamrolling. All of it. And remember, these are the people that called the last guy a dictator. Just throwing it out there. They're trying to do this, the illegal thing. They're trying to do guns by, executive order. Like, they're trying to do all kinds of things. And just say, end your rights. And, if you're okay with that, sorry, you're part of the problem. That, like, stay free because, like, we have these rights. People fought for their rights, not just, okay, well, it's for the betterment. Yeah, groupthink. That's never led to anything bad ever in history. Oh, maybe I should do a Saturday on that. The dangers of groupthink and stupid people that fall into it. Now, let's move back to the border, which is another one of my favorite subjects because, it just never gets any better. Here's a great one. Biden administration will not require FBI background checks for child migrant caretakers at temporary HHS facilities. That's Health and Human Services facilities. For those that don't know HHS, no FBI checks on these people that are being caretakers for child migrants. Like, we're supposed to be doing this for, we're supposed to have empathy and be humane and do the right thing and take care of these people that are coming from these garbage countries. Which I will admit, they're coming from garbage countries. Like, without a shadow of a doubt, there's a reason we're not still down in that level, and we're the superpower for the longest time. If we're supposed to be doing it for humanity, like, why are they packed in there like sardines, and why are we not doing background checks for caregivers and caretakers of these children? Like, shouldn't we be doing all those things to check and absolutely make sure that no one in there has this, chance of anything nefarious? Anyone has a rap? Anyone associated with anyone that has a rap for doing, certain crimes that involve children? Shouldn't we be checking on that? No, we're supposed to be taking care of these people. Yeah, we're not going to do any FBI checks on them, though. Like, that pretty much goes against everything that everyone says they're doing this for. Yeah, and that we're supposed to have all the sympathy and empathy to take care of them, but you're not going to check the people that are taking care of them? All it takes is one person in their bad intentions that does bad things. It gets through it because you're not looking. And that could cause irreparable damage to the children that, these things could happen to. And one is way too many. We can all agree one is too many. Hell, people even having the thought, this is too many, but, But, like, one is way, way, way too many. They're not even checking. Like, that's just goddamn ridiculous, if you ask me. Another cool point, it comes from, the president of Guatemala. They issued an emergency decree amid reports of a new, caravan of people coming from Honduras. And this decree puts a restriction on, open air gatherings and demonstrations without permits in Guatemala. But it's amazing, too, while we're on them doing that. It's amazing how the guy who said that he was running to, build back our relationships with our allies that, the Trump administration destroyed and all that. It's funny how, Guatemala all is doing this. Mexico's pissed. Look at all these people. They're doing all this extra security because he's just, even the president of Mexico has come out many times against what's going on at the border right now and putting it all on the Biden administration. Like, you should pay attention to that stuff. Like, all these people that were allegedly so mad at Donald Trump are now pissed off at us because of everything going on right now. And Biden and them don't seem to really care, do they? Oh, we can't turn them away. Well, you can tell them to stop coming and do it the right way. Like, which leads me to members of the House, like, showing up there and, saying that we should have empathy for all these people showing up at our border coming from these garbage countries. Which, yeah, and that they're not invaders. But I agree in part. But, we are, a nation of immigrants, but we're also a nation of borders. And, like, you don't see people from any other part of the world just getting to oh, look, you're here, and getting shipped off to anywhere in the country after, like, a couple days of being in our care. Like, there's people that have been waiting years and years doing it the right way to get in. And now they're getting completely shafted because anyone that comes across the southern border is, hey, come on in. He says we're releasing more than, like, no. Like, the numbers, the actual bloody numbers, say that you're full of something. Baloney. We'll go with baloney. You're full of baloney. Like, this is epic proportion amount of people coming across the damn border. We're going to be well beyond 20-year highs by the end of this all at the rate it's going right now. And, I have empathy for people that deserve it. Coming here, breaking the law, and just getting thrown right in while we have, like, our own problems with our homeless, our children. We have the COVID thing. School's not open. Veterans. Like, there's lots of people in our own, like, the poor. Like, all these people that we should be helping, instead we're spending hundreds of billions of dollars on illegals. When our house is totally broken when it comes to people starving to death and opiates and homeless, to include veterans and the VA itself, and like there's so much, but we're spending hundreds of billions to take care of these people. I'm sorry, I don't have empathy for them. Do it right. Like, I have empathy for the people that are now going to be officially way on the back burner that have been trying to get in for years doing it right. And it's probably going to be even more hard for them to do it now. Like, they've been waiting. I feel bad for the people that have been waiting and did it right. Now these people, all they have to do is show up and they're shipped off wherever they want 3 days later on the taxpayer dime. I feel bad for the people that are doing it right. Call me whatever the hell you want. I don't care at this point. I feel bad for them. Because what the hell is the point of doing it right if it doesn't make a lick of difference anyway? Because they don't care. They're just going to ship you off and say, see you later, bye. If you come to the border down south, you come there, it's like, okay, after 10 seconds, bye, catch. 3 days later, you're released into the country. Like, that is catch and release. You can't just send the kids back. Well, could you explain to me why the hell there's this many just, accompanied children just showing up? Only because they come, and then, they can't send them back, so the family will get to come, and then everyone gets to go, and, the cartels, you think these kids are going through all this country alone and just showing up, and that the cartels or any nefarious people don't have anything to do with it? You think they're just letting these kids wander all the way through the country to places where we all know, Mexico is run by the cartels. Like, we all know that. Like, there's that many of them just going through it. They have nothing to do with it. Like, you're out of your mind. So, like, and the stuff that they're getting put through just because he won't say stop and do the stay in Mexico thing. Then no one came. Like, made it so much easier. We had that deal. Pretty sure that's never going to go back again because he blew it. And now Mexico really doesn't seem too happy with us. But just remember, they all voted for it. Amazing how quiet it is and how many excuses they come up with, but they all voted for it. And I don't think I'm that damn crazy, but who knows? Anyway, again, follow along. Videos go up on Facebook, YouTube, and Rumble. There's a separate audio-only show that's on Spotify, Anchor, Google Podcasts, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, Breaker. I'm not sure if I said Breaker. I probably say that one twice every day, but that's on there. So if you want to just give a listen there and check me out, all the follows help, all the shares help to get more, eyeballs and ears on it. And get more people and open up more conversations. So if you could share it, tell your friends. I do appreciate it. And, like, again, you can comment, tell me what you think. Have other people do it, whatever you want to do. I appreciate every bit that I can get from you people. And, yep, enjoy the rest of your day. Be good to each other, be kind to each other, look some stuff up. Always be kind and educated. And until tomorrow, my friends, peace.